Ever noticed how some women just have men wrapped around their fingers, without even trying? It's like they have this magnetic pull that makes men chase them, commit to them, and never want to leave. And guess what? It's not about looks, money, or luck. It's about something far deeper, traits that make a man feel like he can't live without you. These women know exactly how to trigger a man's deepest emotions, making him feel understood, appreciated, and irresistibly drawn to them. They don't beg for attention or chase love, instead, love chases them. And the best part? Any woman can develop these traits and completely transform the way men see her. It's not about playing games or manipulating him, it's about embodying the qualities that naturally make a man value and cherish you. Once you understand these traits, you'll never have to wonder where you stand in a man's life again. So, let's uncover the 8 traits that make men absolutely powerless against you. And you will be shocked when you see the sign number 7, so do not miss that sign. Number 1. She knows her worth and it shows. A truly irresistible woman never has to convince anyone of her value. She knows it, and that confidence radiates. She doesn't seek validation or settle for half-hearted love. Instead, she carries herself in a way that makes people respect her without her ever demanding it. She sets boundaries, not out of fear of losing someone, but because she refuses to accept less than she deserves. She walks away from anything that doesn't align with her worth, and that's exactly what makes men crave her even more. When a woman knows her own value, the right man won't just want her, he'll fight to keep her. Because a woman who truly values herself is a rare gem, and losing her is a regret no man wants to live with. Number 2. She's mysterious in just the right way. This doesn't mean she plays games or deliberately keeps her distance. Instead, she doesn't reveal everything about herself all at once. She gives him space to wonder and discover. When a man feels like there's always something new to learn about her, he becomes even more drawn to her. She unveils her emotions and stories gradually, keeping him intrigued and eager to know more. Men are naturally attracted to women who have a hint of mystery about them. She becomes the kind of woman who isn't easy to figure out, and that's exactly what makes her even more special. The unpredictability excites him, making him crave her presence even more. And the more he craves, the deeper his emotional connection grows. Number 3. She commands respect without demanding it. A high-value woman never has to beg for respect, she naturally commands it through her actions, confidence, and the way she carries herself. She knows her worth and refuses to settle for anything less than what she deserves. She sets clear boundaries, not to control a man, but to protect her own self-respect. When she says no, she means it. When something doesn't align with her values, she walks away without hesitation. And trust me, men notice this instantly. Men are drawn to women who respect themselves because it signals strength, independence, and emotional maturity. She doesn't tolerate disrespect, manipulation, or half-hearted efforts. Instead, she inspires a man to rise to her level, to be better, to treat her with the same respect she gives herself. This isn't about arrogance, it's about self-assurance. She doesn't chase validation or approval, she simply lives by her standards, and those who truly value her will naturally meet them. A man may be attracted to beauty, but it's a woman's self-respect that makes him stay and see her as someone truly irreplaceable. Number 4. She makes him feel something he's never felt before. Here's the truth, men remember how you make them feel, not what you do for them. A woman who brings a mix of passion, excitement, and emotional depth into a man's life becomes unforgettable. She doesn't just offer surface-level attraction, she makes him feel truly seen, understood, and desired in a way he's never experienced before. She ignites emotions within him that he didn't even know existed, making every moment with her feel electric. She knows how to challenge him, inspire him, and make him feel like the best version of himself. When he's with her, he feels alive. And once a man experiences that kind of connection, he will never find another woman who makes him feel the same. No matter where he goes or who he meets, she becomes the one he measures every other woman against, the one he can't forget. Number 5. She triggers his hero instinct. Men have a deep, psychological need to feel like a protector, a provider, a hero. It's wired into their very nature. They want to feel strong, capable, and essential in the life of the woman they love. When a woman makes a man feel needed, not in a desperate way, but in a way that affirms his value and importance, he becomes emotionally invested in her. She allows him to step up for her, to solve problems, to be her safe place, and in return, he feels a sense of purpose and fulfillment. This doesn't mean she's helpless or dependent. Rather, she understands that making space for his strength and leadership only deepens his attachment to her. She appreciates his efforts, acknowledges his support, and makes him feel like he truly matters. And once a man feels like a hero in your life, he will be drawn to you like a moth to a flame, because that feeling is rare, powerful, and nearly impossible to replace. Number 6. She's unapologetically herself. The most irresistible women are the ones who don't try to be irresistible. They don't change themselves to fit a man's expectations or seek approval to feel worthy. Instead, they embrace who they truly are, flaws, quirks, strengths, and all. They have a magnetic confidence that comes from self-acceptance, and that's what makes them stand out. When a woman owns her uniqueness, she exudes an energy that's impossible to ignore. She speaks her mind, follows her passions, and never shrinks herself to make others comfortable. Men are naturally drawn to women who radiate authenticity because it shows they are secure, independent, and emotionally strong. She doesn't chase validation, because she knows her worth isn't defined by anyone else. And that kind of self-assuredness? It's intoxicating. It makes a man feel lucky just to be in her presence, because he knows she's a rare find, a woman who can't be replaced. Number 7. She has a deep, magnetic confidence that isn't based on looks. Real confidence isn't about being the prettiest woman in the room. It's about the energy she carries, the way she walks, speaks, and holds herself. A truly confident woman doesn't need to seek validation or prove her worth to anyone. She doesn't compete, compare, or try too hard to be noticed. Instead, she radiates a quiet, unshakable self-assurance that naturally draws people in. She knows who she is, what she stands for, and what she brings to the table. And that certainty? It's intoxicating. Men are wired to be attracted to women who exude inner confidence because it signals strength, security, and independence. She doesn't rely on her looks to capture attention. She commands it through her presence alone. Her confidence makes her unpredictable, exciting, and completely unforgettable. She doesn't need to beg for love or chase approval, because she already knows she is enough. And guess what? That's exactly what men can't resist. They crave a woman who is so secure in herself that being with her feels like stepping into a whole new world of passion, depth, and excitement. Number 8. She walks away from disrespect without hesitation. Listen closely, the most irresistible women are the ones who never beg for love, attention, or basic respect. They don't waste time trying to convince a man to see their worth because they already know it themselves. They have an unshakable standard, one that isn't up for negotiation. If a man starts to take her for granted, she doesn't argue, she doesn't plead, and she definitely doesn't lower her standards just to keep him around. She simply leaves. Not out of anger, not to play games, but because she respects herself too much to stay where she isn't valued. And here's the kicker, that's when men realize her true value. Because nothing is more attractive than a woman who refuses to tolerate disrespect, who knows that walking away is sometimes the most powerful statement she can make. It triggers something deep inside a man, the fear of losing something truly rare. And once he sees that she is willing to leave without hesitation, he understands that she's the kind of woman he can't afford to lose. If there's one thing you should remember from this video, let it be this: truly irresistible women don't chase validation, play games, or try to force attraction. They don't follow a script or pretend to be someone they're not. Instead, they focus on something far more powerful, becoming the kind of woman who naturally draws people in. Confidence, self-respect, mystery, passion, these aren't tricks or gimmicks. They're a way of life. A woman who knows her worth doesn't have to convince anyone of it. She doesn't need to beg for attention because her energy speaks louder than words. And the moment you stop seeking approval and start embracing the most authentic, radiant version of yourself, that's the moment people, especially men, start looking at you differently. Not because you changed for them, but because you finally started showing up for yourself. Now, I have a question for you. Which of these traits do you already have? And which ones are you working on? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And hey, if you want more insights on love, attraction, and becoming the most magnetic version of yourself, make sure to stick around. I've got so much more to share with you.